A practice owner once told me, "Hey, Raja, we have the reports but no insights." And that one sentence captured the biggest blind spot in healthcare operations. You cannot manage what you can't measure, and you cannot measure what is not consistent. Automation is not just about the speed, it's all about the data integrity. You have to have clean data before you automate your processes. The manual work actually introduced the human errors, and error corrupts the data. Your data has to be error free, and when there are duplicate patient IDs, missed modifiers, or delayed payment posting, it all creates the noise as part of your system. And eventually, that noise turns your reports into a fiction story. Now it's your choice. You really wanted to make your decisions based on the fictitious data, or being an executive, your decisions are primarily based on the averages that hide the real problem. Or you're one of the executive who makes their decisions based on the factual data. It has to be accurate. Your processes cannot be data prone. At Voice Medical Billing, we fix these problems with the data pyramid. So let me explain you what this pyramid talks about. As part of the data pyramid, so there are three major functions that you have to be mindful about. First of all, it's important to have a clean data. Every claim and the payment, the patient field has to be validated automatically. You cannot keep any data which is not clean. It always driven how your processes are set up. And the second important pillar of this pyramid is about accurate insights. Once your data is clean, your insights, your reports are going to be super efficient. They give you a better visibility about your processes, how your KPIs looks like. So any reports that are built on verified data instead of assumptions will always give you much better direction for your business, because data speaks all about the goods and the bads about the business. And lastly, a good data will help you make confident decisions. A leadership team that can finally act with precision, and that is only possible when your data is clean, you're getting good insights. It is only possible when your foundation is accurate, your foundation is strong, and that's how you get to make better decisions. And once you are in a position to make good decisions based on the good data, now you are ready for AI adoption. It's all about structured, accurate, and historical data that powers predictive analytics for your practice and the business. Data is just not about the numbers, it's your practice truth serum. Now let's take a moment and touch base on the key steps that how exactly you can apply this blueprint on your day-to-day routine operations. As part of this blueprint, as a very first step, you should be really mindful about automate data capture and the validation. You need to identify and apply any duplicate checks, making sure the data is not duplicate, it is coming from the one source, and making sure your fields are verified and the formal rules are pretty much applied across your different data points. Such check and balance will really help you come up with better insights there. And once your base data is accurate, it leads to the step number 2. That's about consolidate the reporting sources. And this is important part where you wanted to make sure you're eliminating any multiple spreadsheets and centralized into a one dashboard that gives you absolute clarity at a one single window. And then the next step as part of this blueprint is really going to be review the anomalies on a weekly basis and flag the data errors pretty early before they multiply. So such check and balances, having the error checks in place, having such flags system in place, so you can really identify where data is getting complicated or creating some kind of issues for your practice. So this really helps you identify any bad patches as part of the process and just cut through it. And lastly, use that verified data to make operational adjustments. You have to make those adjustments as part of the workflow. As you know, this is a step-by-step process. And as part of each step, you have to evolve, you have to understand, and you have to move on by making your processes better every day. And automation is really it's a greatest gift the way I see it. It's just not the efficiency. It's all about having clarity in your decision making. And in order to make better decisions, this plays a very very vital role. And data in today's world, it's just a gold mine for any business. Just imagine ending your week knowing exactly which pair is slowing the reimbursements, what are those services that are most profitable at the moment, and which are the ones that staff process it and create some of the errors. And that's what happens when you climb the data pyramid, and your decisions start shifting from reactive to a predictive approach. I'm sure you understand that how important it is to make educated decisions instead of reactive decisions. So it is always about the approach you're following, and your leadership, your management, your way of thinking can get you either ahead in the curve or just, staying where are you today. I would encourage you to download the free data pyramid checklist. It really outlines the 4 layers that you need to automate insights into the practice. And then join me for the next video, where I'm going to talk about how leading teams through automation using the trust model.